and the Lord shall utter his voice before his army. For his camp is very great, for he is strong that executeth his word. For the day of the Lord is great and very terrible, and who can abide it?
All right, man, you playing, man. Let me get Joel 2-1. Let me get Joel 2-1. Let me get Leviticus. Let me get 24:17. Right. All right, we gonna be out here for a minute, man. If you want to chop it up. All right. Yeah, Leviticus 24:17, right? So we out here for you so-called blacks, Hispanics, and Native Americans, right? So in these last days, you got to come back to the Lord, man. No, I need, yeah. And Joel 2-1.
It's the book of Leviticus, chapter 24, verse 17.
I need that Joel 2-1 first. All right.
Joel 2:1. Blow ye the trumpet in Zion.
Do what?
Blow ye the trumpet in Zion.
Right.
And sound an alarm.
And do what?
And sound an alarm.
So we out here to sound the alarm for our people, right? Because our people are at a lower state. We trying to wake you up and let you know that all death and destruction is coming to America if you don't wake up. Hey, sis, hey, you got to separate from them devils, man. Right? In these last days, it's not time to be walking hand in hand with your enemy, man. Or you going to be destroyed. Hey, go to Proverbs 11:21. Give me Proverbs 11:21. Hey, you could be a corn if you want to, but we gonna call you out, right? And that damn devil you walking with, he better enjoy his time right now, because in these last days, we gonna hunt his ass down, right? And it ain't gonna be none of that, right?
It's the
Read
book
that.
of Proverbs, chapter 11, verse 1.
Right?
A false balance is an abomination.
21, verse 21, come on.
The book of Proverbs, chapter 11, verse 21.
Right?
Though hand join in hand.
The what?
Though hand join in hand.
Right?
The wicked.
The what?
The wicked.
Right?
Shall not be unpunished.
So in these last days, that damn devil will not go escape his judgment. He can put his dirty, crusty ass lips on our sister if he want to, but in these last days, we gonna hunt him down, man. And all the rest of these damn devils, man. And all you damn coons that want to hold hand in hand with your enemy, you gonna get put to death too, man. Give me, go to Isaiah 13:15. Give me Isaiah 13:15, right? Give me Isaiah 13:15. You must be bugged out your damn mind to be wanting to sit here and hold hand in hand with these crusty ass KBs, man. Right? Yeah, we gonna hunt you down, man. Damn Harry Potter, man.
Isaiah 13:15.
Right, read that.
Everyone that is found.
Everyone that is what?
Everyone that is found.
Right?
Shall be thrust through.
Shall be what?
Shall be thrust through.
What's gonna happen to that sister that was kissing that Edomite?
Shall be thrust through.
Right?
And everyone that is joined unto them.
Everyone that is what?
Everyone that is joined unto them.
Right?
Shall fall by the sword.
Shall what?
Shall fall by the sword.
And she gonna fall by the sword if she don't come back and repent, right? And come back and love her own people, man. So that damn devil and them kids that she got with that devil, they gonna get put to death too, man.
That's right.
And they gonna get dashed into pieces against the stones, man.
Right.
Cause even though they got dark skin, they still the children of Satan, man. That come from the seed of Esau, man.
That's right.
Right? So let's get back to that. Joel 2:1. Cause it's a great and bloody day coming to the streets of America, man. And if you so-called blacks, Hispanics, and Native Americans don't wake up and repent, you gonna get caught up in that, man.
That's right.
And go back to Leviticus 24:17. Right? Read what you got.
Joel 2:1.
Right?
Blow ye the trumpet in Zion.
Right?
And sound an alarm in my holy mountain.
Right?
Let all the inhabitants of the land tremble.
Do what?
Let all the inhabitants of the land tremble.
Right? So all the inhabitants of the land go tremble in these last days, man. Right? Read on.
For the day of the Lord.
For the what?
For the day of the Lord.
Right?
Coming. For it is not at hand.
For it is what?
For it is not at hand.
So the day of the Lord is cometh and is not at hand, right? You see what's going on around the earth, man. You see what happened with that damn devil, what's his name? Rittenhouse, right? 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 So we gonna talk about that a little bit, right? So some people say, you know, it really don't matter what he did because he killed a couple Edomites, right? But I want people to really think about what happened, right? They let a damn open murderer get away with it. It don't matter if he killed a Jake or if he killed a Edomite. He still got away with murder. That's the whole point. America is allowing these damn devils to get away with murder openly.
That's right.
Right? And that should be an alarm for our people and an eye-opener, right? Because if they let the so-called white man get away with killing his own people, what you think he gonna get away with you so-called blessed Hispanics?
That's right.
White man's law for the white man.
Right. It's for the white man's law for the white man, right? So if he get away with killing his own people, just imagine what he gonna get away with in these last days, man. Right? You don't think the damn Proud Boys was watching that? The damn KKK was watching that? They was like, damn, he got away with killing, we get away with killing each other. So just imagine what he gonna do to you so-called Negroes, man. It's gonna be just like in the days of slavery. It's gonna be open lynches, right? In broad daylight, they gonna be able to lynch you so-called blessed Hispanics. And they gonna get away with it, man. Right? So our people in these last days, you gotta separate from your enemy, man. Right? That damn devil, how he like 17, right? He came up to that march, right, that they was having. I believe it was in Wisconsin, right? And he had a damn loaded AR. He walked up with a loaded AR, right? 17 years old. If he was a so-called black man, they would have shot him down on sight.
Oh, yeah.
Right? But he was able to walk around with a loaded weapon and kill 2 people.
Right.
And it don't matter if the people that he killed was a Edomite or it was a Jake, he still got away with it, man.
Right.
Right? So we living in trial times right now. And if you so-called blacks and Hispanics don't wake up, right, then you gonna get caught up in that, man.
That's right.
If he got away with killing his own people, just imagine if he would have killed Jakes. That probably wouldn't even made the news, man. So if you're a so-called black man, you gotta separate from white people in these last days, man. Cause they your enemies, man.
That's right.
Right? Don't you know, not even 100 years ago, if the so-called white man seen you walking with his woman, they would have lynched you and set you on fire
Oh, yeah.
and burned you alive. Right? But now Jake, you think he living his best life because he get to walk around with a damn white woman.
That's right.
A damn cave beast.
That's right.
Right? Read what you got. See, America, they don't even follow their own laws, man. Read what you got in Leviticus.
The book of Leviticus, chapter 24, verse 17.
Right?
And he that killeth any man,
And he that do what?
killeth any man,
He that killeth any man, read.
shall surely be put to death.
No, he might get put to death.
Shall surely be put to
No,
death.
he get to go away free.
Shall surely be put to death.
So America say in God we trust, but the words of God just say if a man kill any man, he shall surely be put to death, man. Now he get to walk away free and go back home, get some damn McDonald's and watch damn Netflix. He said he shall surely be put to death, man. Right? So how America say they in God we trust, but they don't follow none of the laws of the Bible, man. Right? They let that damn devil go away with murder, man. Right? That's the days we living in, man. Murder is gonna be glorified in these last days, man. Killers and rapists gonna be glorified in these last days, man. All sin and wickedness gonna be glorified in these last days, man. Let me get Psalm 94 and 16. Right? Let me get Psalm 94 and 16. Right? Cause if ain't nobody gonna come out here and say nothing about this, the servants of the Lord gonna come out here and say something, man.
That's right.
Right? And we not gonna stand for this, man. Are you so-called black Hispanics, you gotta wake up in these last days, man. Let me get Deuteronomy, matter of fact, let me get 1 Corinthians 13 and 11. Let me get 1 Corinthians 13 and 11. You got that in the song? Read what you got.
Psalms 94 and 16.
Right?
Who would rise up for me against the evildoer?
What the Lord say?
Who would rise up for me against the
So the
evildoer?
Lord said, in these last days, who gonna rise up for me against the evildoers, man? Right? And we gotta come out here or our people still gonna be deceived, man. Right? Just like that damn devil tried to come up running his damn mouth, man. Right? Our people eat stuff like that up. He over here telling bold-faced lies and want us to believe what he talking about, man. But we not living in these times, man. We gonna shut you down. If you ain't talking out these scriptures, you gonna get shut down coming up here, man.
Right.
Because all we gonna do is speak the words of the Lord, man. Read that.
Who will rise up for me against the evildoers?
Right?
Or who will stand up for me against the workers of iniquity?
Right, so the Lord said he gonna stand up for me against the workers of iniquity, man. So these brothers up here, that's what we gonna do, man. Ain't nobody else out here gonna do it. They out here enjoying their day, having their parades and festivals. But we gonna come out here and teach you the words of the Lord, man. Read that.
The book of 1 Corinthians chapter 13, verse 11.
Right?
When I was a child,
When I was a what?
when I was a child,
And most of our people still children out here, man. Right? Even though you physically grown, mentally and spiritually children out here, man. Right? Because all our people want to do is have a good time. Worrying about damn Christmas and Thanksgiving, man. How damn stupid can you be? You a grown ass black man, you still out here worried about damn Christmas, man. Right? Out here taking your family to a damn Christmas parade, man. Right? You supposed to be teaching your children the commandments of the Lord, man. Right? Everybody out here worried about folly and madness. Just like that sister with that damn blonde hair that was walking up the street.
Right.
She was like, well, don't worry about it. I'm finna take my son to a birthday party. Right? Talking about, hey, don't talk to me. I ain't disrespect you, so don't disrespect me. Now you disrespecting yourself. Because you trying to be like your damn slave master. With damn blonde hair in your head, man. Walking around talking about you finna take your son to a damn birthday party, man. And we ain't gonna get down like that, man. What she thought we was gonna say? What did she think the brother was gonna say? Oh yeah, have fun. Bring us back some cupcakes.
Right.
No, we ain't getting down with that. We gonna tell you that you going the hell off if you celebrating birthdays, man.
That's right.
And we don't give a damn if you like it or not. You gonna get you and your family put to death for going against the words of the Lord, man. Right? Just like that other two group of sisters that came up here, right? That one sister, she was trying to hearken and try to learn, and then the other one, she was like, oh, don't record me. I don't want to be on camera. But the Lord got the angels recording you right now.
That's
and
right.
in the day of judgment, they going to record that in your mind, and they going to say, look, the brother trying to get the word of the Lord, but you had something else to do. You had something better to do than sit here and hearken to the words of the Lord. Right? Talking about put down the microphone. The Lord said, cry loud, and spare not. Right? So we're not going to put down the microphone, man.
Right.
We're going to scream to the top of our lungs and give you the words of the Lord, man. Whether you like it or not. That was it on that?
when I was a child,
Right.
I spake as a child.
Right?
I understood as a child.
And most of our people still understand as a child, even though they physically grown, right? That
Young dirty bastard plastic. I'm gone off weed and acid. Magic. My mind doing back gymnastics. All my albums blasted. All these fake rappers, they stay capping about a whole lot of shit that ain't happen. Middle finger, plus thumb, cause
Bring
I
it on,
stay
Bob.
snapping. They fronted on me, I made back.
I understood as a child.
I did what?
I understood as a child.
Right?
I thought as a child.
Right?
But when I became a man,
But when I did what?
but when I became a man,
Right?
I put away childish things.
And how do you become a man according to the Bible? Right? Because you got grown men out here still worried about damn Christmas. Right? Talking about, yeah, man, I hope my grandma give me that iPhone for Christmas. Right? A grown ass man, bro. That's a damn shame, man. Right? Let me get Ecclesiastes 12 and 13. See, we gonna show you according to the Bible how to become a real man. Because if you out here still worried about damn Thanksgiving and Christmas, then you're not a real man. Right? Because the actions that you do is go down to your children, man. Right? Yeah, go to that Ecclesiastes 12 and 13. So we're going to show you how to become a man according to the Bible. Right?
Read out, King.
Ecclesiastes 12 and 13.
Right?
Let us hear the conclusion of the whole matter.
Right?
Fear God
Right?
and keep his commandments.
And do what?
And keep his commandments.
Right?
For this is the whole duty of man.
For this is the what?
For this is the whole duty of man.
So that's how you become a man according to the Bible. You got to keep the charge of the Lord, and you got to keep his commandments. Don't be out here worrying about no damn Christmas and no damn folly, man. Right? Because you got to wake up in these last days, or our people going to continue to go through this oppression, man. Right? So what you had? Yeah, finish that off.
The first book of Corinthians, chapter 13, verse 12.
Right.
For now we see through a glass, darkly, but then face to face. Now
Did you finish that in verse 11? All right. Yes, yeah, start back from 11.
Verse 11. When I was a child, I spake as a child.
Right.
I understood as a child.
Right.
I thought as a child. But when I became a man, I put away childish things.
Right, so it's time for you so-called Blacks Hispanics to put away those childish things, man. If you still trying to be like your oppressor, that's childish, man. Put those things away, man. Stop following all these heathens and come back to the ways of the Lord, man. Right? Go to that in Jeremiah 10:1. Go to Jeremiah 10:1. Right? Cause all hell finna break loose in these last days, man. Yeah, 10:1. That's a damn shame how our people flock to all this folly and madness, but they ain't got 5 minutes to stop to hear the words of the Lord, man.
That's right.
It's the book of Jeremiah, chapter 10, verse 1.
Right?
Hear ye the word which Yahweh speaketh unto you, O house of Israel.
Right?
Thus says Yahweh, learn not the way of the heathen.
What the Lord say?
Learn not the way of the heathen,
Right?
and be not dismayed at the sons of heaven.
So you're not supposed to learn the way of the heathen, man. Like we've been bringing out every single so-called holiday, how you not supposed to be celebrating them, man. From the pagan customs. Hey, we went in to you so-called Blacks, Hispanics, and Native Americans about Thanksgiving, right? We went off about Halloween, Christmas, right? What's that? Easter, right? New Year's, right? So we gonna keep going on with it, man. Right? Cause you learning the ways of the heathen when you come out here and you in the so-called Christmas spirit or you in the holiday spirit. No, you in the spirit of Satan, man. Right? Read that.
And be not dismayed at the sons of heaven,
Right?
for the heathen are dismayed at them.
Right?
For the customs of the people are vain,
Or what?
are vain.
Right?
For one cutteth a tree out of the forest,
Right?
the work of the hands of the workmen, with the axe. They deck it with silver and gold.
Right? And that's going into the so-called Christmas, right? Like they just had a damn a Thanksgiving and Christmas parade, right? And we reading about these things in the Bible. The customs of the heathen. Read on.
They fasten it with nails,
Let me get Judges 10 and 13.
and with hammers that it move not.
Right?
They are upright as the palm tree,
Right?
but speak not. They must needs be born, because they cannot go. Be not afraid of them, for they cannot do evil, neither also is it in them to do good.
Right? So our people got to come out of this idolatry and worshiping other gods in these last days, man.
That's right.
Right? Our people got to come out of that, or you gonna continue to be destroyed, man. Right? And he getting ready for the kingdom. He getting in shape. He getting ready for that cotton field, man. Right? That's the spirit. Let me get yeah, read what you got. Let me get Wisdom of Solomon 15 and 15.
Judges 10 and 13.
Right?
Yet ye have forsaken me,
Yeah, I did what?
yet ye have forsaken me,
What do our people do when they celebrate Christmas and Thanksgiving?
ye have forsaken me,
What do our people do when they celebrate New Year's?
yet ye have forsaken me,
Right?
and serve other gods,
And did what?
and serve other gods,
What is worshiping Janus,
and serve other gods,
worshiping Nimrod,
and serve other gods,
worshiping the so-called white man that killed the Native Americans?
serve other gods.
Right? So you serving other gods, man. All this so-called holidays is worshiping other gods, man. Right? On Thanksgiving, you so-called Blacks, Hispanics, and Native Americans, you gonna be celebrating the same day when they was killing your people, man. And then for them Christmas, you gonna be celebrating and worshiping Nimrod, man. Con, did you finish that in Judges? Yeah, hold that and then go back to Judges 10 and 13.
Judges 10 and 13. Yet ye have forsaken me
Right?
and served other gods, wherefore I will deliver you no more.
What the Lord say?
Wherefore I will deliver you no more.
And that's why all these horrible things is happening to our people. Because the Lord said He not gonna deliver us no more. So that's why people getting killed in the street. That's why people out here homeless, sleeping on the steps of the church, right?
Right.
Because the Lord said, I ain't gonna be with you no more for committing whoredom and worshiping these other gods. Right? Read on. That's it on that. I think it's some more on that. Judges 10 to 13. Yeah, come.
Verse 14. Go and cry unto the gods which ye have chosen.
What the Lord say?
Go and cry unto the gods which ye have chosen.
So the Lord being sarcastic, He said, look, since you don't want to worship me, why don't you go cry to the gods that you chosen? When you in your time of affliction, right? When you on your last leg, why don't you go cry to the gods that you want to serve, man? Right? When you out here homeless, ain't got no food, no shelter, why don't you go pray to Nimrod and see if he go deliver you?
Right.
Why don't you go pray to Janus and see if he go deliver you? Right? Why don't you go pray to them, the so-called white man that killed millions of Native Americans on so-called Thanksgiving and see if he go deliver you?
Right.
Right? Read on.
Let them deliver you.
Let them do what?
Let them deliver you.
And we gonna tell you straight up, hey, Nimrod not gonna deliver you so-called blessed Hispanics.
That's right.
Janus is not gonna deliver you so-called blessed Hispanics. Damn sure this damn devil right here is not gonna deliver you so-called blessed Hispanics.
Right.
Right?
Let them deliver you in a time of your tribulation.
Right? That's it on 14?
Yeah.
All right, Kyle, read what you got.
The book of Wisdom of Solomon, chapter 15, verse 15.
Right?
For they counted all the idols of the heathen to be gods.
Counting all the what?
All the idols of the heathen to be
Right, because
gods.
all these are idols. All these worshiping all these other gods are idols, man. Right?
Which neither have use of eyes to see, nor noses to draw breath,
Right?
nor ears to hear,
Right?
nor fingers of hands to handle. And as for their feet, they are slow to go. For man made them.
For what?
For man made them.
How did they create Buddha?
For man made them.
How did they make Ishtar?
Man made them.
Right?
And he that borrowed his own spirit fashioned them. But no man can make a god like unto himself.
Right?
For being mortal, he worketh a dead thing.
You do what?
He worketh a dead
What
thing.
do our people do when they celebrate Christmas,
He worketh a dead thing.
Thanksgiving,
He worketh a dead thing.
New Year's?
He worketh a dead thing.
Right?
With wicked hands.
With what?
With wicked hands.
Right?
For he himself is better than the things which he worshipeth.
Right?
Whereas he lived once, but they never.
Right? So you better than these things that you worshiping, man. Right? So man, hey, our people got to come out of this idolatry of worshiping these other gods, man. Right? It's a damn shame to see a so-called black man dressing his kids up in damn Christmas gear, man. I seen, hey, last year I seen a damn family, right? It was this sister and her kids. They was dressed up like a damn Christmas tree. They had lights wrapped all around them, man.
That's right.
I said, well, bro, what the hell going on, bro?
Bunny rabbit.
Right. Just like damn bunny rabbits, man. Going the hell off, man. And then they got that old fat pedophile damn Santa Claus in the middle of the damn mall with kids sitting on his damn lap, man. Right. That man a damn pedophile, man. That's why the kids don't want to sit on him. What you think he doing after he leave the damn mall and take that damn costume off? Hey, what grown man would want a job where he got little kids sitting on his lap all day? That's right. That's damn. You going the hell off, man.
Your brother been bringing out mightily in the spirit, man. This let you know that this place is going to hell, man. Out here dressing up like circus characters, you know, believing in Santa. and lying to your children, man, that's a perverted damn practice, man. We need to leave this garbage alone. And the black man and the black woman sitting up in here like everything's hunky-dory, dreaming of a damn white Christmas.
That's right.
You know, y'all need to wake the hell up. Go ahead.
White gotta be white.
Right. Like I said, man, all these damn people, damn demons and pedophiles, man. They got the damn elves in there, man. They got the damn Santa Claus, right? He a damn pedophile, man. After he take that costume off and go back home, man, he sniffing coke. He damn smoking weed, right? Damn demon, man. So our people got to come out of this, right? What you had, what's that? Right, bring that up. What you
Romans
had?
1 and 25. Who changed the truth of God into a lie
Oh yeah, we gonna finish that, right?
White man.
Right?
and worship and serve the creature more than the creator?
Who did what?
And worship and serve the creature more than the creator,
Right?
who is blessed forever. Amen.
Right? So we serve the creature more than the creator, man. Right? Our people, all they want to do is damn worship themselves in this place, man. Worship these other gods. Worship the so-called white man.
That's
Right? In these last days, you got to come out of that.
Right.
Right? What you have? Finish that off in Wisdom of Solomon.
It's the book of Wisdom of Solomon, chapter 15, verse 18.
Right?
Yeah, they worship those beasts, also that are most hateful.
Right?
For being compared together, some are worse than others. Neither are they beautiful so much as to be desired in respect of beasts, but they went without the praise of God and his blessing.
Right? So we don't have the praises of the Lord and his blessings no more, man. That's why we at a lower state for worshiping all these other gods, man. Right? That was it on that? Alright, come on. Where I had you at? In Romans. Alright, come on. Let me get go to Proverbs 3 and 31. Alright.
Children that Santa ain't real, then they gonna call you the Grinch.
Come on.
Santa ain't real.
Hey, real talk, man. Hey, go to that in Proverbs. Train up a child in the way they should go. Bring that out in Proverbs. Right? Because you so-called blessed Spanish, man. You got to stop teaching your kids about these pagan holidays, man. Right? Like we said, if you still teaching your kids that about Santa Claus and damn the Easter Bunny, then you going off, man.
That's
about
right.
the damn Tooth Fairy.
That's right.
They still out here telling their kids about the damn Tooth Fairy, man.
The book of Proverbs, chapter 22, verse 6.
Right?
Train up a child in the way he should go.
Do what?
In the way he should go.
Right, so you got to train up a child in the way they should go, man. Right? So you got to show your kids the laws and commandments of the Bible. And not dressing up your kids like damn demons on Halloween. And celebrating damn Thanksgiving and Christmas. Celebrating the destruction of your own people, huh? See, hey, they can get away with that. Because the Lord not dealing with them.
Right.
They can dress up like a damn demon because that's who they really are.
That's right.
Right? But you so-called blacks and Spanish, you're not supposed to do that, man. That was it on that?
Wow.
Let me get Deuteronomy 18 and 3. So I think it's 18 and 10. Right? Yeah, bring that up.
Proverbs 3 and 31.
Right?
Envy thou not the oppressor.
What the Lord say?
Envy thou not the oppressor.
Right? So you're not supposed to envy your oppressor, man. Right? And stop celebrating and worshiping their holidays and worshiping their gods, right? Right.
And choose none of his ways.
No, we can celebrate some of his holidays.
And choose none of his
No,
ways.
we should wear his blonde hair in our head.
And choose none of his
And the
ways.
Lord said don't choose none of their ways, man. Because all you see in America is the ways of the heathen, right? Everything is turned upside down now, right? Everybody is damn homosexual. Everybody worshiping other gods.
That's right.
The Lord say you ain't supposed to murder, but now in America you can get away with murder,
That's right.
right? So everything is upside down in this place, man.
That's right.
That's why we can't wait for the Lord to destroy this place, man. Right? Read on. That was it? All right, come on. Read what you got. what's that? 18 and 10. I can't tell what it. Where is that? Right, yeah, read that out.
The book of Deuteronomy, chapter 18,
Hey,
verse 10.
sis, you got a minute to hear the word? All right, when you come back and hear the word, read that.
Book of Deuteronomy, chapter 18, verse 10.
Right.
There shall not be found among you anyone that maketh his son or his daughter to pass through the fire.
To do what?
To pass through the fire.
So you're not supposed to make your children pass through the fire, man. You sacrificing your children when you bring them up in these pagan customs, man. Right? Read on.
Or that use of divination.
Right?
Or an observer of times.
Or what?
Or an observer of times.
Right?
Or an enchanter.
Right?
Or a witch. Or a charmer. Or a consulter with familiar spirits.
Right?
Or a wizard. Or a necromancer.
Right? So that's all that is witchcraft when you celebrate all these holidays, right?
What chapter and verse was that?
That was Deuteronomy 18 and 10.
Thank you.
God, let me see. How you doing, sis? You know what we out here for?
We do. A little. He teaches us.
Huh?
A little bit. He teaches us about it.
He teaches you about it? Teaches you about what?
Like the Christian movement, how it's like very deceitful.
The Christian movement?
So we don't celebrate Christmas anymore.
Right.
And we get a lot of backlash over the paganism as backfire.
Right.
And my family don't really get into it, and I'm kind of the outcast of the family because of my beliefs.
Right. Okay. All right.
I'm a non-denomination.
Okay, that's cool.
We're more spiritual than practice of the religious purposes.
Okay. So let me ask you real quick, sister, what's your nationality? You don't know? So you don't know your father? What is your father's nationality? You have no idea at all.
She's just shy.
So do you know what's her father's nationality?
She's what, 40% white, 60% or something? African American?
I mean, I just say because we don't really know. I mean,
So you don't know what your father is at all? If you filled out a job application, what would he put?
probably black.
Probably black, so your father would be a so-called black man, right? So let me ask you, sir, what would your father be?
What was it?
What would your father be?
He'd be white.
White? Okay. Okay, so you said your father is so-called black man and your father is a so-called white man, right? So y'all say you are non-denominational? So you don't believe in, what is that? You don't believe in the Bible or what's up?
I don't like reading the King James Bible because it's been altered so much. I believe the term God is very generic.
Right.
And to say I believe in God, it's like, what God? And the true name has been changed for so long, and I do a lot of reading into the Roman Catholic Church, how they've actually altered the Bible.
Right.
And I like taking scripture out of the Torah and the Old Testament. My favorite thing is the book of Enoch. His middle name is actually Enoch.
Okay.
Yeah.
Well, before we get into that, you said that you don't really read the King James Version, right? So why is that?
I just believe it's been watered down and altered to a sense to where, and I just believe church is such a control mechanism almost in a sense.
So when you do the research, you find out that the King James Version is the closest version to the Greek and the Hebrew, right? So when you say you don't believe in the King James, there's no other Bibles out here like the what's that, the NIV, what's some other ones?
Yeah.
Right. So which Bible do you read if you're not reading the King James Version?
I really don't really get into reading a lot of scripture.
Right. But I'm saying, like, what book? Because there's different versions of the Bible. But like I said, when you do the research, this is the closest version to the Greek and the Hebrew, which was the original language that was written there. So if you're not reading the King James Version, which versions are you reading?
I have the Torah, a digital Torah,
Right.
and then the Old Testament.
Okay. All right. So let me get go to Sirach 6:13. Right. So do you believe in God, sister?
I believe there's a creator.
Okay.
And I believe in a higher power, but I wouldn't necessarily say I believe in one God.
Okay. Right. So let me what you say? Hey, the brother want to know if you read the Hebrew.
I haven't in so long. Ever since he's been born, I haven't got into it. I wish I still had. The past 2 years, with COVID and everything, I haven't really sat down. I like to get back into it. That's where I'm stopping.
Okay, cool. Right. So y'all say y'all believe in a higher power, right? All right. So you believe in a higher power, right? So do you believe this higher power, he has ordinances and judgments, right? Do you believe he has a set of rules that you're supposed to live and abide by?
I wouldn't necessarily say a set of rules. I would say more so.
Matter of fact, let me go to Deuteronomy 13, 32 and 7. Go to Deuteronomy 13 and 7. All right, so what we basically out here for, right? We are here to teach people according to the Bible, right? Mainly our people, right? So you said that you will be a so-called black woman, right? And he said he would be a so-called white man. So every nation of people is mentioned in the Bible, but we don't have these same terms as we use today. Because in the Bible, ain't no such thing as a black or African American. Ain't no such thing as a white. Those are man-made terms, right? Because if I look at you, you're not actually black. Your jacket is black, but your skin is light brown. And he not actually white. These pages in this book is white, but his skin is like a pinkish reddish color, right? So every nation is mentioned in the Bible. So we go in the scriptures and we go find out what nations do y'all come from, right? So let me go to Deuteronomy. We go show her who she is first. Because before she go, we got to show her who she really is, right? Go to Deuteronomy 28 and 15. Right? So before you leave, we want to show you who you are according to the Bible.
It's the book of Deuteronomy, chapter 28, verse 15.
Right?
But it shall come to pass,
right,
if thou wilt not hearken unto the voice of Yahweh thy God.
Matter of fact, go to Deuteronomy 29 and 1 first, and then go back to that.
It's the book of Deuteronomy, chapter 29, verse 1.
Right?
These are the words of the covenant,
right,
which Yahweh commanded Moses to make with the children of Israel.
Well, who?
With the children of Israel.
Right, so the Lord is giving Moses a command to make a covenant with the children of Israel. So Moses is speaking to the Israelites, right? You know about the story of Moses, right? Right? So Moses talking to the Israelites. So let's see these things that Moses told the Israelites. Go back to 28 and 15. Right?
Deuteronomy chapter 28, verse 15.
Right?
But it shall come to pass, if thou wilt not hearken unto the voice of Yahweh thy God,
right,
to observe to do all his commandments and his statutes, which I command thee this day, that all these curses...
That all these what?
All these curses.
Right, so Moses talking to the Israelites, because they just got delivered out of Egypt, right? Remember Moses split the Red Sea? So he gave them two choices. He said, look, the Lord said that you could keep his commandments and you could be blessed, or you could break his commandments and you could be cursed, right? So we're going to read some of these curses and see what nation of people do these curses fit today, right? So read on.
And all these curses shall come upon thee and overtake thee.
Right.
Cursed shall thou be in the city.
What the Lord say?
Cursed shall thou be in the city.
So the Lord said it's one nation of people. It's one bloodline of people that's going to be cursed in every city around the world, right? So when you look at the inner cities of just America, right? Look at the inner cities in like New York, New Jersey, Chicago, right? What groups of people is living in the inner cities? African Americans, so-called Puerto Ricans, Mexicans, right? Native Americans. So just that one curse fit that group of people, right? So we're trying to identify who the Israelites are. So read on.
Cursed shall thou be in the city,
right?
And cursed shall thou be in the field.
In the what?
In the field.
So what nation of people was cursed in the fields? Who was working from sun up to sundown picking cotton in the fields, picking sugar cane in the field, right? He said slaves, but what group, what nation of people were those slaves? Right? So read on.
Cursed shall be thy basket and thy store.
Right?
Cursed shall be the fruit of thy body and the fruit of thy land.
Right? So it's one group of people, he said, cursed shall be thy basket and thy stores. So it's one group of people that really don't own their own businesses, right? So let me go to verse 47.
Verse 47. Because thou servest not Yahweh thy God with joyfulness,
Right.
and gladness of heart for the abundance of all things. Therefore shalt thou serve thine enemies.
Shalt thou do what?
Serve thine enemies.
So the Lord said another curse on the Israelites is that this one nation of people is going to have to serve their enemies, right? So this group of people has enemies according to the Bible. So let's read these things that they had to do to serve their enemies. Read on.
Shalt thou serve thine enemies,
Right? And hunger.
which Yahweh shall send against thee,
Right?
in hunger,
And what?
in hunger.
So the Israelites have to go to their enemies when they hungry, right? So if I ask you today, what one nation of people has to go to another nation to get food from their grocery stores, to get food from their fast food restaurants? Who has to go and do that? All of us, yeah, all of us go to stores, but who own these stores? Right. So the Lord is saying the Israelites have to go to this one nation of people to get their food, right? Read on.
And in thirst,
And then what?
and in thirst.
So whenever you thirsty, you have to go to another nation. Do so-called blacks and Hispanics own Deer Park? Do so-called blacks and Hispanics own Gatorade? Right? Right? Walmart. We don't own none of these things, none of these corporations. Right? None of these food and drink corporations, right? So read on.
And in nakedness.
And then what?
And in nakedness.
Do so-called blacks and Hispanics own Nike? Do we own Gucci and Louis Vuitton? Do we own what's that? Under Armour and North Face? No, we don't own that, right? So we saying who these curses fit today to identify who the Israelites are, right? So we saying so far all these curses fit so-called blacks, Hispanics, and Native Americans, right? Read on.
And in want of all things.
And then what?
And in want of all things.
So if you want a house, you want a car, you want a job, you want a birth certificate, you want an ID, right? You have to go to this one nation of people to get that, right? So go to verse 68. We go jump and then we go show them who he is according to the Bible, right? Verse 68.
Verse 68.
Go to Exodus 20 and 2.
And Yahweh shall send thee into Egypt again.
Right? So the Lord said he gonna send the Israelites into Egypt again, right? But they just got delivered out of Egypt. So let's see what he's talking about. Read what you got in Exodus 20 and 2. Let's see what the word Egypt means. What was the Israelites doing in Egypt? Y'all know? What were the Israelites doing in Egypt? Remember Pharaoh, he was the king, right? So what were the Israelites to Pharaoh? Right, we were slaves, right? Read what you got.
Exodus 20 and 2.
Right?
I am the Lord thy power, which have brought thee out of the land of Egypt,
Right?
out of the house of bondage,
Out of what?
out of the house of bondage.
So you say he brought us out of Egypt, which is the house of bondage. And like he just said, another word for bondage is slavery. So read that again from the top. Deuteronomy 28 and 68.
And Yahweh shall send thee into Egypt again.
Right? So this curse is one of the main curses to identify who the Israelites are. So the Lord said he gonna send the Israelites into slavery again. Read.
With ships.
With what?
With ships.
So sister, how did so-called black people get to America? On boats, right? So just like the Bible just said, he sent us into slavery on slave ships, right? So read on.
By the way whereof I spake unto thee,
Right?
thou shalt see it no more again.
Right?
And there you shall be sold unto your enemies.
Oh, there go that word enemies again. So the Lord said the Israelites, when they get off these slave ships, they gonna be sold unto their enemies, right? Oh, we got some of those posters, right? So you see the movies like Django, Birth of a Nation, right? 12 Years a Slave, right? So they put us on auction blocks and then they sold us, right? And the same people that sold us, the Lord said they your enemies, right? So read on.
And there you shall be sold unto
Right.
your enemies.
Right?
for bondmen
for slave men, read,
and bondwomen,
right?
and no man shall buy you.
Right? So the Lord said the Israelites was taken into slavery on slave ships, right? So according to the Bible, if that curse fit you and your people, who would you be according to the Bible? Because like I said, African American is not in the Bible. Black and Negro is not in the Bible. So according to the Bible, who would you be? Who would you be according to the Bible? Right, that's who you would be according to the Bible. You would be an Israelite, right? And more than likely, if you said your father is so-called African American, you would be from the tribe of Judah. That's the same tribe that Jesus Christ come from, right? So that's who you are according to the Bible, right? So now I want to get to this man right here, right? So go to Genesis 25. Go to that in Genesis 25. So a sister, according to the Bible, you would be an Israelite. But you, I want to show you who you are according to the Bible too, right? Because like I said, everybody on the earth has a biblical nationality, right? So go to that in Genesis 25. Yep, read that.
The book of Genesis, chapter 25, verse 21.
Right.
And Isaac entreated Yahweh for his wife.
So you know who Isaac is, right? He was the son of Abraham, because Abraham had Ishmael, he had Isaac, right? So read on.
Because she was barren,
right?
And Yahweh was entreated of him,
right?
And Rebekah his wife conceived,
right?
And the children struggled together within her,
right?
And she said, if it be so, why am I thus?
Right? So Rebekah, she had 2 children, right? And they were struggling. So she said, if this is a blessing from the Lord, why am I going through so much pain, right? So read on.
And she went to inquire of Yahweh,
right?
And Yahweh said unto her, 2 nations.
2 what?
2 nations.
2 what?
2 nations.
Right?
Are in thy womb.
So the Lord said Rebekah, she had 2 nations in her womb, right? She didn't say, oh, they just 2 brothers, right? She said 2 nations, right? Read on.
And 2 manner of people.
And 2 what?
2 manner of people.
Right.
Shall be separated.
Shall be what?
Shall be separated.
Shall be separated. So you got 2 different bloodline of people that will be separated, right? Read.
From thy bowels.
Right.
The one people shall be stronger than the other people.
So this one child, he was going to bring forth a nation that was going to be stronger than the child, than the nation from the other child, right? Read on.
And the elder shall serve the younger.
So at the end of the day, the elder, that means the one that come out first, he was going to serve the younger one, right? Read on.
And when her days to be delivered were fulfilled,
right?
Behold, there were twins in her womb,
right?
And the first came out red.
And the first came out what?
Came out red.
So the first child came out red, right? Read.
All over like a hairy garment.
Like a what?
Like a hairy garment.
Right.
And they called his name Esau.
And they did what?
And they called his name Esau.
Who was the forefather of the so-called white man?
Esau.
Right, so that's who you would be according to the Bible. Let me get, I believe that's Genesis 36 and 8. Let me get Genesis 36 and 8. So according to the Bible, you will come from a man named Esau. He is the progenitor of the so-called white people, right? Yeah, read that in Genesis 36 and 8.
The book of Genesis chapter 36 verse 8.
Right.
Thus dwelt Esau.
Thus dwelt who?
Esau.
Right, thus dwelt Esau, right? Read.
In Mount Seir.
In what?
In Mount Seir.
Right.
Esau is Edom.
Esau is who?
Edom.
Right, so that's who you will be according to the Bible. You will be an Edomite, right? Because Jacob, you know, in Genesis, when he got into a wrestling match with the angel, right? And the angel changed his name. He gave him a blessing. He changed his name into Israel. And then Esau, his name was changed to Edom. So all the descendants of Edom are Edomites. So according to the Bible, who would you be again, sister? According to the Bible, you will be an Israelite, right? And you will be a what? You will be an Edomite, right? So these are the nations, the biblical nations, according to the Bible, right? Because like I said, all these new terms are not in the Bible. White, black, African American, European, that's not in the Bible, right? So we got to get back to the basics in these last days, right?
That's right.
So according to the Bible, you will be an Israelite and you will be an Edomite. So now let's really get down to the meat of it, right? Because this is what we really trying to get into, right?
All right.
So I would take it, y'all two together, right? So y'all got children together and everything, right? Okay, okay. So y'all say y'all believe in a higher power, right? And you believe that he has rules and ordinances, right? So according to the Bible, you found out that you would be an Israelite, right? And you would be an Edomite. So let's see something according to the Bible that separates the Israelites from the Edomites and all the rest of the nations. Let me get Deuteronomy 7:6, right? Because I really want you to understand who you truly are according to the Bible before I go into it, right? Right. Yeah, I was gonna get into that. I'm trying to read that. Yeah, 6. No, start at 6. We gonna get into that after. I just want to really get in. Read that. 7:6.
The book of Deuteronomy, chapter 7, verse 6.
Right, because I want to show you what the Lord said about you, sister. Because you would know you were Israelite according to the Bible, right? So let's see how the Lord feels about the Israelites. And then we go see how the Lord feels about all the rest of the nations. Read that.
For thou art a holy people.
For thou are what?
A holy people.
What are the Israelites?
A
holy people.
Right, read.
To Yahweh thy God.
Right.
Yahweh thy God has chosen thee.
He have did what?
Has chosen thee.
So the Lord, he have chosen thee. Out of all the nations of people that he created on the earth, he chose the Israelites. Read.
Has chosen thee to be a special people.
To be a what?
A special people.
So the Lord chose the Israelites to be a special people, right?
Unto himself.
Right.
Above all people.
Above what?
Above all people.
Now we equal.
Above all people.
So in America, they say that we are equal, right? But the Bible just said that the Israelites are above all people, right? So if we just prove that the Israelites are the so-called blacks and Hispanics, can we all agree that the Israelites are above all people, right? So let's look at sports, right? Right? So in the NFL, right? In the NBA, who are the best athletes, right? You say like Michael Jordan, LeBron James. Can any other nation do the same thing that they do on the basketball court? Yeah. Right. He tell you straight up, no. I mean, Steve Nash, all right, but is he gonna ever be compared to Michael Jordan and Kobe Bryant? Right? No. Is Dirk Nowitzki, he was all right, but is he gonna be compared to LeBron James or Kobe Bryant? Right. He was all right, but he never go compared to the top nation, the Israelites, right? So you got some other nations that might be okay at what they do, but they never go compared to the Israelites, and that's the way that the Lord set it up, right? So that was it on that. All right, but we gonna get to that. I'm saving. I just want to show them this point real quick, right? So we showing you that the Israelites is above all nations, right? So if the Lord said that the Israelites are holy people and they special and he chose them, let's see how the Lord feel about all the rest of these nations, right? So go to that in Isaiah. Go to Isaiah 40 and 15. Let me get 2nd Esdras 6 and 54. Right? 6 and 54. Right? So we gonna get to these points right here and then we go get to the ending of it. So go to Isaiah 40 and 15. Start at 15. Right?
The book of Isaiah chapter 40 verse 15.
Because we just proved that the Lord chose the Israelites to be above all people, right?
That's right.
So we gonna see how the Lord feels about all the rest of the nations.
Behold.
Right?
Behold, the nations are as a drop of a bucket.
Right?
And are counted as the small dust of the balance.
Right? As the small dust of the balance, right? Read.
Behold, he taketh up the owls as a very little thing.
Right?
And Lebanon is not sufficient to burn, nor the beast thereof sufficient for a burnt offering. All nations before him.
So the Lord said all nations before the Israelites, right? Read.
All nations before him are as nothing.
Are as what?
Are as nothing.
How the Lord feel about the so-called Africans?
Are as
How
nothing.
the Lord feel about the so-called Chinese people?
Are as nothing.
Japanese?
Are as nothing.
So-called white people?
Are as nothing.
So the Lord said all nations before the so-called blacks, Hispanics, and Native Americans, which would be the Israelites according to the Bible, are as what?
Are as nothing.
Right?
And they are counted to him less than nothing.
What the Lord say?
And they are counted to him less than nothing.
So the Lord said every single last nation, right? When you compare them to the Israelites, they are nothing, but he went even farther to say that they are less than nothing, right?
That's right.
So that was it on that.
And vanity.
And what?
And vanity.
Right? Because you really had no purpose, right? Outside of, the Lord using all these other nations to punish the children of Israel, and at the end of the day, being a servant in the kingdom of heaven, you have no purpose, right? Read that in 2nd Ezra 6 and 54.
2nd Ezra 6 and 54.
Right, so we're going to see again how the Lord feel about all these nations, right? And now you can go that to Deuteronomy 7 and 2, or 7 and 3. Right, read that.
And after these, Adam also,
right,
whom thou madest Lord of all thy creatures.
So I want y'all to really listen to this part right here, right? Read on.
Of him come we all.
Right, so the Lord said, out of Adam, every single nation of people came from Adam, right? Read on.
And the people also whom thou hast chosen.
And we just read in Deuteronomy 7 and 6 that the Lord chose the Israelites. So you got the people that come from Adam, and you got the Israelites, his chosen people. Read.
All this have I spoken before thee, O Lord, because thou hast made it the world for our sake.
Right, so the Lord made the whole entire planet for the Israelites' sake. Read.
As for the other people.
As for the what?
As for the other people.
Right, as for the other people, right, read.
Which also come of Adam.
So every single nation outside of the nation of Israel, how did the Lord feel about them? Read.
Thou hast said that they are nothing.
That they are what?
That they are nothing.
That they are what?
That they are nothing.
So the Lord said that they are nothing, right? Read.
But be like unto spittle.
But be like what?
Unto spittle.
Right, so the Lord said every single nation is nothing, and they be like unto spit, right? So if we saying how the Lord feel about the Israelites, right? He said that they special, they holy. He chose them to be above all people. And then he talking about all these other nations. He said, look, they like nothing. They like spit that fly out your mouth. They not just nothing, they less than nothing, right? So if the Lord feel it like that about all these other nations, right? Let me ask you something, right? How would the Lord feel about his chosen people being with another nation that he feel is less than nothing? How do you think the Lord feel about that? Right? Hey, if y'all don't know, we gonna go into the Bible and show you, right? You got a precept? All right, so bring that out in Deuteronomy 7 and 3, right? Let me get Ezra, go to Ezra 9 and 12. All right? So we gonna see how the Lord feel about the Israelites, his chosen people, the greatest people upon the face of the earth, being with nations that he said is like spit that fly out your mouth. We're going to see how that coincides, right? Read what you got. Bring that out there.
Deuteronomy chapter 7, verse 3.
Right?
Neither shalt thou make marriages with them.
What the Lord say?
Neither shalt thou make marriages with them.
So the Lord said the Israelites, they not supposed to make marriages with all these other nations, right? Read on.
Thy daughter shall not, thy daughter shall,
shout thou.
Thy daughter thou shalt not give unto his son.
Right.
Nor his daughter shalt thou take unto thy son.
Right.
For they will turn away thy son from following me.
So the Lord said they go turn you away from following the Lord. So we're not supposed to have our women with these other nations, and our men are supposed to not, be with these other nations, right? Because look, you an Israelite according to the Bible, right? So I'm gonna wait till she come back. Start it again from the top. I want her to really hear this part, right?
Deuteronomy 7, verse 3.
Right.
Neither shalt thou make marriages with them.
Right.
Thy daughter thou shalt not give unto his son.
Right.
Nor his daughter shalt thou take unto thy son.
Right.
For they will turn away thy son from following me.
Right.
that they may serve other gods.
That they may do what?
That they may serve other gods.
Right? So now, that's why we're not supposed to have our people mingling with these other nations. Because they go have you come.
This is the reason why what you said initially, that you said he teaches us. And this is the reason why. The Bible says, because now you're following something that's not of your origin of ethnicity. You know, we're not out here just hate mongering, but we're going by the biblical record and our ancestral documents of how we should conduct ourselves. And that's why the intermarriage, the interracial dating and marriages should have never been. That's a result of a curse and indoctrination. Because now she's led away with your ideology. And now your children, because you go by the seed of the father, they're not Israelites, they're Edomites. And now she is partial because they're her children. So that's natural. So it would be difficult to disassociate herself from her children and side with her nation. And that's why the nation that actually oppressed her nation. You see what I'm saying? So I just wanted to get that understanding.
And that's a good point. So like we said, right, give me Numbers 1 and 18. Right. Go to Numbers 1 and 18, right? Because in America, you know, they got these things called mixed, right? You could say, well, I heard people personally tell me, well, I'm 6% Filipino, I'm 40% white, I'm 10% Chinese, and then we don't get into that. The Lord not dealing with confusion. That's confusion, right? According to the Bible, let's see how you determine your nationality. Read what you got.
Numbers 1 verse 18. And they assembled all the congregation together,
right,
on the first day of the second month,
right,
and they declared their pedigree.
And your pedigree is your bloodline, right? Read.
After their families,
right,
by the house of their father.
By the what?
By the house of their father.
By the what?
By the house of their father.
So wherever your father is, that's who you are. It don't matter what nationality your mother is, because the man, he carried the seed, right? So wherever your father is, that's where you will be. You can't have a dang, if you plant an apple tree, you ain't gonna have apples on one side and then oranges on the other side, right? So if your mother is a so-called white woman, but your father, you said, is a so-called black man, then you will be who your father is, right? So let's get back to that. Because like we were saying about the marriages, right? Because you learned from him, and he said that he's non-denominational, right? He said he don't really read the King James Version Bible or whatever. But the thing is, non-denominational is not in the Bible. This is your heritage. The Lord didn't say be non-denominational. The Lord told the children of Israel to keep his law, statutes, and commandments.
That's right.
And if he leading you away from keeping God's commandments, he keeping you from the kingdom of heaven.
That's right.
Right? So read on. Go back to that in Deuteronomy 7 and 3. 7 and 3. Deuteronomy.
Deuteronomy chapter 7 verse 3.
Right.
Neither shalt thou make marriages with them.
Right.
Thy daughter thou shalt not give unto his son.
Right.
Nor his daughter shalt thou take unto thy son. For they will turn away thy son from following me.
Right.
That they may serve other gods.
That they may do what?
Serve other gods.
Right.
So will the anger of Yahweh be kindled against you.
Right.
And destroy thee suddenly.
Right.
But thus shall ye deal with them. Thou shalt destroy their altars, and break down their images, and cut down their groves, and burn their graven images with fire.
Right.
For thou art a holy people unto Yahweh thy God.
And there it go again. The Lord said the Israelites are a holy people, right? So drop that. Let me get Tobit 4 and 12. Go to Tobit 4 and 12. Read what you got in Ezra.
Ezra 9 and 12.
Right.
Now therefore give not your daughters unto their sons.
Well, see, we listening to the same thing that we just read in Deuteronomy, right? So the Lord, he repeating the same thing. He said, look, don't give your daughters to the sons of these heathens, right? Read.
Neither take their daughters unto your sons.
And don't give your daughters to the sons of these heathens. Read.
Nor seek their peace.
Nor do what?
Nor seek their peace.
Right? Because we're not supposed to be at peace. Truth be told, we're not supposed to be at peace with these people, right? Because like we read in Deuteronomy, they are enemies. The Lord said that over and over again. Your friends can't be the same people that took you into slavery, right? Your friends can't be the same people that did these horrible things to our forefathers, right?
Real quick, I don't want to cut so that they don't get lost, and I think you're doing real good.
Right.
But give them that Isaiah 14, because I'm sure he will say, and correct me if I'm wrong, that you don't have anything to do with that. You love.
One thing he's saying, I'm a part of the tribe.
Right, but you, and that makes you inclusive. Yeah, you're inclusive to what they've done. But I know now you say, well, I have an Israelite wife, and she has children by me, and I have Edomite, but they didn't do anything, and I don't do anything. I'm showing, like I love Israelites. But let's get that Isaiah.
Book of Isaiah chapter 14 verse 1.
No, I think you want 21.
20 and 21.
It's the book of Isaiah chapter 14 verse 20.
Right?
Thou shalt not be joined with them in burial,
Right?
because thou hast destroyed thy land and slain thy people.
This is why, because your people destroyed the land and slain our people. And this is why this is the natural paradigm to come. Read.
The seed of evildoers shall never be renowned.
See that? Go ahead, you can break that down.
Right? So read on.
Prepare slaughter for his children.
Do what?
Prepare slaughter for his children.
Right?
For the iniquity of their fathers.
For the what?
For the iniquity of their fathers.
So do you know what slaughter is? What is slaughter?
Yeah.
Huh?
Like brutally killed.
Right, to brutally kill, right? So he said prepare. That means get ready. Get ready this brutal killing, like you just said, right? For what?
For the iniquity of their fathers.
Right? So for the iniquity of their fathers, right? So if you ain't necessarily do it, he said you got to pay for the sins of your forefathers, right?
That they do not rise, nor possess the land,
Right?
nor fill the face of the world with cities.
Right?
For I will rise up against them, say Yahweh of hosts.
Right?
Did you catch that real quick? You said the seed of evildoers. So you may say, I don't have, like you said, but you're the seed of, you may not necessarily be doing those same things, but the Bible says the seed of evildoers.
Right.
That's how we know we're the children of Israel, because
Right.
we're the seed of those men.
Right.
And we're doing exactly what the Bible said we would be doing in those
Right.
days.
Because the Lord, when you read the Bible, the Lord always show you examples of how you got to pay for it, what your nation did, what your forefathers did. Like we got righteous forefathers, right? Like Jeremiah, Daniel. They didn't necessarily go off themselves, but we as a nation went off and they had to suffer from that, right? They still had to suffer that punishment, right? So what you had? Come, finish that off. Yeah, come.
Ezra 9 and 12. Now therefore give not your daughters unto their sons, neither take their daughters unto your sons,
Right?
nor seek their peace or their wealth forever, that ye may be strong and eat the good of the land, and leave it for inheritance to your children forever.
Right? You know?
And after all that has come upon us for our evil deeds,
Right?
and for our great trespass.
Right? So that's it on that. Go back to that in Tobit 4 and 12, and Yahshua, read what you got.
It's the book of Nehemiah chapter 13 and verse 25.
Right?
And I contended with them and cursed them and smote certain of them and plucked off their hair and made them swear by the Most High, saying, Ye shall not give your daughters unto their sons, nor take their daughters unto your sons.
Right? And there it go again. That's another scripture that we bringing out about how we're not supposed to mingle with these other nations, right? Read.
Your sons or for yourselves. Verse 26. Did not Solomon, king of Israel, sin by these things?
Right?
Yet among many nations were there no king like him, who was beloved of his power, and his power made him king over Israel. Nevertheless, even him did outlandish woman cause him to sin. Verse 27, Shall we then hearken unto you to do this great evil, to transgress against our power, marrying strange wives?
Right? So you go off when you marry all these heathens, right? So let me hold that in, you got that in Tobit 4 and 12? Go back to Tobit 4 and 12, and then let me go to Proverbs 11 and 21.
The book of Tobit, chapter
Hold that
4,
and go to
verse
Isaiah
12.
13 and 15.
Beware of all whoredom, my son,
Right?
and chiefly take a wife of the seed of thy fathers,
Right?
and take not a strange woman to wife, which is not of thy father's tribe.
Right?
For we are the children of the prophets, Noah, Abraham, Isaac, and Jacob.
Right?
Remember, my son, that our fathers from the beginning, even that they all married wives of their own kindred,
Right?
and were blessed in their children,
Right.
and their seed shall inherit the land.
Right? So there it go again. The Lord charged the Israelites to marry of their own nation. But let's see why he did that. Go to Deuteronomy 32 and 8.
And it was even on the books, if I may, in some states where there was no interracial. There was a law. It was outlaw. Yeah, you couldn't do that, even during the times of slavery. So that's why a lot of people say we're mixed. You're not mixed as you think. You're the seed of your father, whoever your father is. And that's why I would suggest, if you care about Israelite people, then one of the things for the atrocities of what your people did, you would even tell your children, take someone of their own nation. Don't even take somebody, because you're essentially in the eyes of the Most High, he's going to be upset with them for doing that.
Right.
Yeah, he would be, and they would go through struggle. That's why a lot of times those children are confused. They grow up confused, they're between two, and they're seeing the things, the injustices, and they can't identify, really. And a lot of times they end up being the most confused children, what they call quote unquote mixed, but they're not mixed. And that's why it's important that you teach them their nationality too. Right. Yeah. Well, you're experiencing it now, though, with even with your wanting to stand against the practices that were enforced by your people. Yeah.
Right. So bring that out in Deuteronomy 32 and 7. I mean 32 and 8.
Deuteronomy chapter 32, verse 8.
Right?
When the Most High divided to the nations.
When he did what?
Divided to the nations.
No, he brought us all together.
When he divided to the nations their inheritance.
Right? So the Lord divided all the nations, right? So when he made the Edomites, he made the Edomite man to be with the Edomite woman. He made the Israelite man to be with the Israelite woman. So you supposed to have your own woman, right? You supposed to have a so-called white woman, right? And you got all these tribes on here from brothers that you could choose from, right? So start at.
When the Most High divided to the nations their inheritance, when he separated the sons of Adam, he set the bounds of the people according to the number of the children of Israel.
Right? So he separated everybody their inheritance, right? So he separated everybody according to. Every nation is supposed to have their own heritage, be with their own people, right? So it was never intended for the Israelites to be with other nations.
That's why you feel that even in society, you think that it's, what is this I'm feeling when I go someplace? Every time I go, a lot of times we think that people are just evil and wrong. Well, that's a spiritual vibration that even the earth knows that this is, it's frequency. There you go. And, again, we're based on what you told us, but it could be, I'm not saying that it is, but down the line, you could be an Israelite. We don't know. Because you may, if you go back and you're Native, and it's Native American on your father's side, then you could be a Native American. You could be an Israelite. You just look like it. So you could be. Y'all could be good. But that's where the Spirit can bear witness. The Spirit will know at the end of the day. At the end of the day, those are the Israelites that don't keep the commandments, they ain't making it. And those are the Edomites who will not keep the commandments. It's not destined for them to do it. They got to be children.
Somebody going up. All right. So the whole point of us showing you this, sister, is we really want you to know what's going on in these last days, and we want to know let you know the judgments that's coming to the earth, right? So we got to come out here and let you know who you are according to the Bible, and let you know what's coming to you if you don't repent, right? So read that in Proverbs.
Proverbs 11:21. Though hand join in hand, the wicked shall not be unpunished.
Right, so the Lord said, though hand join in hand, the wicked not going to be unpunished, right? So just because you hand in hand with a so-called white man and so-called white woman, when the Lord come back, He's going to destroy him, right? But it ain't nothing we can do to stop that judgment. So read what you got in Isaiah 13:15.
The book of Isaiah chapter 13 verse 15.
Right?
Everyone that is foul shall be thrust through.
Shall be what?
Thrust through.
Right?
And everyone that is joined unto them.
That is what?
That is joined unto them.
Right?
Shall fall by the sword.
Shall what?
Fall by the sword.
Right? So you heard that, sister? Read that again from the top.
Everyone that is foul shall be thrust through.
Right?
And everyone that is joined unto them shall fall by the sword.
Christ said when He come back, everyone that is found join hand in hand with their enemy, they gonna fall by the sword. Right? But that's the judgment that's coming to the earth for those who hold their hand in hand with their oppressor. Right? So you know we've been bringing out a lot of scriptures. So how do y'all feel about that? Right. Which precept?
Just like every black person is not a Hamite, every white person is not an Edomite. But every other nation, when it's time for us to get redeemed, we do have another judgment. So this is the secondary judgment right here. This the book of Isaiah chapter 14 verse 1. Because you might not be Edom, you might be Japheth, right? So this the book of Isaiah chapter 14 verse 1. For Yahweh will have mercy on Jacob, and will yet choose Israel, and set them in their own land.
Right, so that's the nation that the Lord gonna choose at the end of the day. Like we said, the Lord chose the Israelites to be His special people. Right? Read up.
And the strangers will be joined with them.
And the strangers is talking about all the other nations outside of the nation of Israel. So the so-called white people, Chinese people, Japanese people, right? Read.
And to clarify, because Esau is destined to be destroyed. All of Esau is going to be destroyed. That's not saying all white people are going to be destroyed. So, hey, thank the Lord if you're not Esau. But if you Esau, you're going to be destroyed. That's right.
At the end of the day, we said the Spirit gonna bear witness if you are an Edomite or an Israelite or whatever you are, right? Because at the end of the day, the true Israelites, right, they gonna keep the commandments.
Yeah, and like the brother is saying, listen, look, your skin complexion has zero to do with it. It has zero to do with it. It's of the seed of who you are. Okay? You can have a green pine tree and you can have a green oak tree. They're different trees, but they're the same color. So if the Most High was interested in an oak tree, which is the same color, that's the seed of the oak tree. Although they're the same color, okay, but they're different species of trees. The same way that the Most High, okay, planted and He created different nations in this earth, He created one nation to be the chosen. Okay, we're all humans. You understand what I'm trying to say? We're all here through Adam, but He only chose one particular nation to be the chosen.
That was it on that?
And the strangers shall be joined with them, and they shall cleave to the house of Jacob. And the only way you're going to cleave is following the Lord. You can't cleave no other way. You see what I'm saying? We're not taking back no Hindus. We're not taking back no Muslims. Everybody's going to have to follow the law, statutes, and commandments of the Most High. You're going to keep the feast days. It ain't going to be no pork, none of that stuff, right? So they're going to cleave to the house of Jacob. And the people shall take them and bring them to their place. And the house of Israel shall possess them. What shall possess them?
That's what's coming in the kingdom of heaven. The Israelites who repent and keep the commandments and endure to the end, right? The so-called blacks, Hispanics, and Native Americans, we gonna possess all these other nations, right? We
shall possess them in the land of Yahweh for servants and handmaids.
For what?
For servants and handmaids.
Right?
and they shall take them captives, whose captives they were.
Right, so the Lord said we got to take all these other nations into slavery because they took us into slavery. Right? So sister, you see the same way, look at these signs right here. You see the same way that they took us into slavery? The Lord said this has to happen to them. This must happen, right? Because the Lord said a false balance is an abomination. So he can't have one nation of people take his chosen people into slavery and rape, rob, and murder them, but we not do the same thing to them. So they took us into slavery, we have to take them into slavery. Right? You know?
As they shall take them captives, whose captives they were, and they shall rule over their oppressors.
We shall do what?
Rule over their oppressors. And this shall come to pass in the day that Yahweh shall give thee rest from thy sorrow and from thy fear, and from the hard bondage wherein thou was made to serve.
So, come. You got a piece of. Okay, I'm going to bring a couple more up.
This is the book of Obadiah, chapter 1, verse 17. But upon Mount Zion shall be deliverance.
Because I know in the church, I don't know if y'all grew up in church or not, but you know, the pastor, he tell you that everybody the same, everybody equal, and anybody can get the kingdom of heaven as long as they call on Jesus, right? But let's see what the Bible says. Who is salvation really for at the end of the day? Read.
And there shall be holiness, and the house of Jacob
The house of Jacob, that's talking about the Israelites. Read.
shall possess their possession. Verse 18, and the house of Jacob shall be a fire, and the house of Joseph a flame, and the house of Esau,
The house of who?
the house of Esau, for stubble, for stubble, and they shall kindle in them, and devour them, and there shall be any remaining,
It shall not be what?
any remaining of the house of Esau, for the Most High has spoken it.
Right? So just like the brother just said, every nation got a different judgment, right? So all these other nations, they got to go into captivity, but the nation of Edom, not only will they go in captivity, but they gonna be utterly destroyed. They gonna go extinct, right? You know how they talk about the dinosaurs? They say the dinosaurs went extinct. The so-called Europeans, right? The Edomites, according to the Bible, they gonna go extinct as a nation. It's not gonna be now one Edomite left in the kingdom of heaven after they serve slavery, right? So that's the judgment that's coming to the Edomites, right? All right, y'all gotta go. We ain't gonna hold y'all up, like we said. Right? Appreciate it. Hey, don't forget. Hey, sister. Right, hey, don't forget, you're an Israelite according to the Bible, right? And if you want to make the kingdom, I suggest you read this Bible for yourself, right? And learn all the commandments. Because you're not gonna make it to the kingdom if you don't keep the God commandments, right? So, you know, that's what we gonna leave you with. Alright?
Yeah, man. Hopefully you find out that you're an Israelite, man, and if not, we will see you in slavery.
Right.
We could be
Hey, Japheth going to slavery too, though.
That's right. Slavery
Right.
will utterly be destroyed.
Right.
Yeah. Anybody other than Esau.
Right, so let me get Matthew 4:17. I'm gonna close it up. All right, y'all. All right. Yep, 4:17. Kanye, this is my last one right here.
Matthew chapter 4, verse 17. From that time, Yahweh began to preach and say, repent, what? Repent, what? Repent. For the kingdom, for the what? For the kingdom, for the what? For the kingdom of heaven is at hand.
Is that what?
Is at hand.
Is that what?
Is at hand.
Right, so like we tell you week in and week out, the kingdom of heaven is at hand for you so-called blacks, Hispanics, and Native Americans, right? We living in these last days, and in the last days, if you want to escape the judgment that's coming to the earth, You got to separate from your enemy and come back to the Lord and keep his laws and commandments.
That's right.
But with that, I want to give all praises, honor, and glory to Yahweh, Ba'ashem Yahweh Shah, and Shalom.
Shalom.